G'day, hello, and welcome. Welcome to Conspiracy Chats with Chuck on the Chuck Chases the Facts channel. This is going to be a podcast. It is live on YouTube and it will be replayed back there. But just wanted to do it live, something a little bit different. Once the podcast has ended, I will then take this clip and upload it to I use Podcastle. So that will be uploaded and you can download it as a podcast if you wish. Like I said, it's Conspiracy Chats. So we're talking about conspiracies, and I'm very pleased to have with me the owner of the channel, the Retroverse XL. And here he is, the man himself, Retro Scorpion. G'day, my friend. How are you?
Hey, Don. I'm doing good. It's been a long day. Shopping trip, played tickets, kind of had to, and got my donations in my Cash App. Just been a busy day.
Nice. But you're all good to go for this.
Oh yes, I've been prepping all day.
Do you have some libations with you by any chance? Did you buy any special drinks?
Oh, I have ginger beer. I have ginger beer. I have coffee. That's about all I have. Any food items? I have a muffin over there. I don't need them. I'm fine.
All right. Perfect. Now, your channel is the Retroverse XL. Do you want to just tell us very quickly what your channel's all about?
My channel is to revert back and kind of retrospect and reflect on the days of the retro times, such as the 80s, 90s, and somewhat the 2000s, and further back than that, too, if you are all about that. We play retro games. We do retro podcasts. I do Happy Meal reviews regarding Happy Meals that are based on the retro stuff. There's unboxings, vice versa.
Nice.
Also, we have a special segment, or two special segments during certain times. We do a cereal chat every so often on a Saturday or Friday. And we also tend to do a segment called Boston Tea Time.
All right, looking forward to that. So the link to Retro's channel is in the description below. So please go there. Please subscribe. He's doing very well at the moment. 1,400 and what was it? I saw 1,480 something. That's just nice. Very nice indeed.
Thank you.
All right.
I worked hard.
And he agreed to join me on Conspiracy Chats with Chuck. And we've got three conspiracies that we're going to talk about today. Now, just a quick interlude is that I will be watching the chat, or both of us are going to be watching the YouTube chat. However, probably not reacting unless there's something in there that is very specific to what we're talking about, or if you correct us or give us a fact, whichever it may be. But please don't be offended if I don't look at all of the chat.
Or me either.
Thank you. So the first conspiracy I want to talk about, I think I mentioned I've got a long list of things that I really want to get through. And this could be a series of episodes, 10 episodes of podcasting. But the first one is the United States government is operating a Stargate program. And the Iraq war may have been caused because Saddam Hussein had one. Now, that's pretty out there. Tell me, first of all, with you being retro, what's your understanding, first of all, of the Stargate program, as in the film TVs?
I don't know much about the Stargate movie. All I know is that was a movie regarding space, the Stargate, and all that. My grandma owned the movie on DVD. I never watched it, but it was always something. The cover art was enough to give me the ideals of space and time continuum.
Mm-hmm.
Never got into the movie, never watched it, but I might watch it sometime just to be more prepared for this next time.
Just to educate yourself, I guess.
Yeah, yes.
So I did do a little bit of digging, and pardon me if I do turn my head for those that are watching for those that are listening on the podcast, you don't have to worry about me turning my head. So the premise about the movie and the TV series was that humans discovered the Stargate in Giza in Egypt in 1928. But it wasn't apparently until 1995 that humans then discovered its purpose, which was interplanetary transportation. Now, apparently, these things were set up millions of years ago by pre-existing, I won't say humans, but pre-existing life forms throughout the galaxy. No, not even the
I was
galaxy,
gonna
sorry,
say
the
it.
universe.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
life
I know.
forms too.
And yeah, not just life forms and the universe. So that's the premise of the Stargate theory, that they then used there was one film which I think eventually turned into 3 films. Then there was SG-1, which was 10 seasons, which that's pretty good going. So that started in 97. The film, sorry, when was the film? When was the film? The film must have been in 96 or 95. And then 10 seasons of SG-1. So then what they used it for was to travel across the universe and do trading and learning and education. And then eventually they had to keep it super, super quiet from normal humans, which apparently they did across the entire spectrum of Stargates. Because there was 2 movies that went straight to DVD, and then there was a second TV series. A third was put in the pipeline, but
Never got put out there because reasons.
The conspiracy, the thought, because of reasons, yeah. But let's come back to real life and the actual thought, the actual possibility of an actual interstellar transportation system. Give me your thoughts on that one.
It's interesting to think that there could be such a thing. I'm thinking of the technology that would be like learning about new technology from an intergalactical God, I can't think. Intergalactical perspective of new technology, new produce from other planets, learning different techniques from other planets and universes across the wide galaxy universe.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being such a deal and being such a concept, it's unbelievable. It's amazing. But it's all about knowing if there's really something out there or if there's really something like a Stargate to actually attempt that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when we think back to, and you'd be the perfect person to talk about this, but when we think back to the days of the original Star Trek, for example, with Beam Me Up and did you know that Captain Kirk actually never said "Beam me up, Scotty"? Did you know that?
Yeah, I kind of
He
figured.
actually said ready to transport, or beam us out of here, or never actually said the words "Beam me up, Scotty." Little side.
I think there was someone else that did that, but yeah.
Again, another conspiracy theory. But so even when we think back to then, and it was just a great notion, wasn't it? The fact that the Star Trek Enterprise traveled through the universe into different galaxies, it would find a planet and then beam down to the planet. Now, that means taking somebody's entire skeletorial features. I don't think skeletorial is a word. I think I'm looking for a different word.
Physical form.
Well, yeah. But taking everything blood vessels, the brain, the bones, the organs, the clothes, and making it disappear from one place and building it absolutely immaculately on a planet as such. Does that not strike you as completely and utterly impossible?
It does to a certain degree because, one, on other planets, there's no oxygen levels on certain planets. Now, there are conspiracy theories out there saying there is life on other planets out there with oxygen. But to a certain other degree, it's not as impossible because with technology advancing and also with the possibility of other life form planets having oxygen, it's still a possibility, but it's still in a concept still impossible. It's on both ways. I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
I think more for the fact for me is that you are taking a living human. I mean, because we can't even do it with a pot plant. We can't even. Well, in fact, we can't do it at all. And I don't think anybody's thought about it to say, well, okay, well, let's just try it with let's try
an apple
with a glass. Apple. Let's try it with a bottle, with an apple, with a bottle, let's just try and break it all down and then reconstruct it. I personally think it's
atoms, molecules,
all of that, protons, the whole whatever else physics has in store that I can't quite remember these days. But
me neither.
But the fact as well is that nobody, certainly to the best of my knowledge, and people might correct me here, but nobody's actually looking at this at the moment, because I think our technology, even how much we've advanced, certainly in the last, 120, 130 years since the Industrial Revolution, we've come so far, but there is so far to go. A classic example would be the 1985 movie, yeah. 85 or 88? 85 movie, Back to the Future, where he went to the future and
to the past,
had a hoverboard. Well, he went to the past, but then came back and then went to the future. And we still haven't invented the hoverboard yet.
Dude, no one's invented the hovercraft in general. They may have replications of it. They may have, that's a word, prototypes, but no one's actually invented something to that degree.
Oh, you haven't seen the hovercrafts in England, have you? We actually have a hovercraft in England that goes between Dover and Calais.
When you say hovercraft,
it's an actual.
When you say hovercraft, it actually hovers.
It hovers above the sea. It blows a cushion of air, and then there's big fans on the back, which gives it propulsion, and it carries cars and trucks and people. But I think what you're talking about, on the sea, what I think you're talking about is a hovercraft in the air, like we see in the movies and we see in the right.
Exactly. That's where I'm at.
So, yeah. Okay. Sorry. 100%. We don't have a vehicle that uses any kind of
hovercraft technology.
Hover technology. Yeah. I mean, how do you? I mean, there is the Tornado warplane that can lift vertically. Yeah, there's a warplane that can lift vertically. I believe it's the Tornado. The RAF use them.
Now, does that have propellers?
No. So basically, it's the engines that use the thrust that push it forward. But what they can do is they can rotate them down, and that gives it thrust off the ground. But that's still a jet engine just using thrust. It's not just switching something on and just go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually using an actual physical engine or two physical engines, and these engines are huge,
Oh yeah, of course.
thousands of pounds of
By,
thrust,
by far, yeah.
and millions of pounds to build, millions of pounds to build.
By pound, you mean
So
money, right? By pound, you mean money, right?
yes, sorry,
Okay.
yeah, sterling. Sorry.
Okay.
I should
No
just
worries.
say dollars.
I was just asking for clarification. That's all.
Well, hundreds of pounds of thrust or thousands of pounds of thrust, but millions of moolah to build.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the big moolah. Okay, so let's touch on the theory then that Saddam Hussein had, because he's well and truly dead now, thank goodness. But he had a Stargate in Iraq, and the Americans wanted it, so they started the war. What's your take on that one?
See, I didn't read enough on the whole war. Was it Desert Storm sort of deal? I think it was Desert Storm, right?
It would have been the original, yeah, the 91 Desert Storm, I think that was.
Yeah, so I read a little bit about Desert
I mean, feel free to Google.
Oh no, I'm fine. But one of my relatives, I think it was my step grandpa, was in Desert Storm, and I didn't really get enough information on it, but I do know that there was something pretty, not really shady, but something weird going on in Iraq during that time regarding Saddam Hussein and all that.
So first of all, to the best of my knowledge, again, I personally haven't looked at him too much, but it was August 1990 was the first invasion, a coalition between 42 countries led by the States. The conflict began when Hussein led the Iraqi army into Kuwait, and a major oil supplier to the US. So, yeah, I think he was looking to take over the
Kuwait.
oil industry
In Kuwait,
and
yeah.
The Americans obviously went, you ain't touching our oil.
And they intervened, yeah.
Our company. And that was it. So, and then it was discovered about mass killings by the Iraqi government, which was, of course, was headed up by Hussein. And, 42 different countries went, nah, you ain't doing that stuff. Not on our watch. So, admittedly, Iraq is not altogether that far from Egypt. So, could it have been? I mean, don't forget the Egypt discovery of the ring, of course, was only science fiction. But taking that into account, do you think that conspiracy theorists would go, well, hang on, Iraq's here, Egypt's only here. Whew, maybe you could have had one.
Egypt was well known for their connection with the stars.
100%.
They were well known with their connection with celestials.
Yep.
Therefore, a Stargate in Iraq, with it being, like you said, close to Egypt, good possibility.
So. But I mean, it's not a third world country per se, but do you think it would have its scientists and its professors and its doctors? Do you think they would have the sort of wherewithal to operate know-how to control this thing and use it? And
even if they possibly did, this is a technology that's from the stars, from the celestials. They would have to have months to years, millennials to figure this out. This is something that a celestial soil deal has built and constructed to do so. So therefore, a mere human being mortal could not figure this out within a course of their life. It would take multiple, like pass the torch sort of deal
Yeah.
on research in order for them to figure out how to even use a Stargate or even activate it. So,
all right, fair comment. Okay, I think that's that one. So the US government is operating a Stargate program, and the Iraq war may have been caused because Saddam Hussein had one. I think we can call that debunked.
debunked.
All right, the next one. This one could cause a little bit of controversy, but CERN.
Not the first time.
Hey, controversy on my channel? What?
I meant anywhere. I meant anywhere.
Anywhere in the world. CERN, as we know, is located in crumbs, Switzerland, Austria. I think that's where it's located.
Did you say Switzerland? Isn't that where Robin's from?
No, he's from Sweden. He's from
Sweden. Wrong swa.
Yeah. Correct continent, but yeah, wrong schwa. So it's located near Geneva, and I'm led to believe that it circles. I know somewhere it is underneath. It's underneath Switzerland, and I'm pretty confident it goes through Austria as well. But there's not actually much information on Wikipedia about this one, which is interesting. Right. What was? I've lost the. There it is. So CERN is using the LHC, which is the Large Hadron Kaleidoscope, to open a portal. Get ready for this one.
Oh, here we go.
Another portal, not celestial, not universal, but they're trying to open a portal to hell. Yes, I said that correctly. CERN is using the Large Hadron Kaleidoscope to open a portal to hell.
So basically, if you don't mind me commenting, they're opening the veil to the underworld. Well, one comment I will say before we get deep into it is if they do that, they better be ready. I've seen too many. Okay, I know I'm a retro guy. I play video games, but I've seen too many movies and video games to know where that goes and how that goes.
Yeah. When that opens, well, the world will quite literally go to hell in a handbasket.
Cease to exist.
It's quite funny that. So in the Wikipedia page, it says open the portal to hell, and it's actually got a link to hell. And this is quite funny. This is quite funny. Oh, that's funny. If this, some quotations, if this is hell, it looks a lot like Margate. I think that's from Jack Reacher. So hell apparently is a small village in Norway, as well as a town in the Cayman Islands. In Scandinavia, is considered to be quite polite to wish someone hell in Swedish and Norwegian, and held as luck. There is a hell in Michigan. Hell is spelt hell double hockey sticks by those who think the Bible is full of vile curse words. That's quite funny. But when the Bible was written, hockey sticks weren't invented. So, and of course, when I say the Bible was written, I mean that's all hypothetical. So, okay, let's first of all start with does hell exist? Is there a heaven? Is there a hell?
It's
Go on.
it's debatable because a lot of us have thought of the concept through religion and spirituality, whether or not there's a heaven and a hell. Christians believe there's a heaven and a hell. Greek mythologies believe there's an underworld in Mount Olympus. You know, a lot of people believe there's a void that you go to if you've died and you just stay there. But there's multiple genres of the belief of hell and also heaven, palace above, misery down below.
Yeah.
They have said that hell is basically deep underground and it's in the caverns of the lava pits. That's where our TV has portrayed it in cartoons.
Yes.
Heaven, they portrayed up in the sky above the clouds. So, is there a heaven? Is there hell? It's still debatable. There's no concept, not even a theory of logistics. And yes, I'm a Vulcan in my own fan club itself. There's no logical explanation to it as to what is hell, what is heaven, and where they are located.
That is a very excellently and well worded explanation of heaven and hell. For me personally, being an atheist, I'm open to the concept of there being a heaven and a hell, but I'm also a evidence-based guy. Now,
that explains why you do conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Look, you give me evidence, and I will take that evidence. I'll look at it.
You'll either support it or take into consideration, basically.
Yeah, I'll certainly take it into consideration. I've covered the one thing I did cover was the first episode of this podcast was I did it with the Caucasian Sasquatch. I think you may have met him before.
Sounds familiar.
And he's the guy that is a mix between Kenny Rogers and Barry Gibb. Is
that the guy that was talking about? God, we were talking about food before and barbecues.
Yeah, that'll be him.
Okay,
that'll be him. So, so we did one on. We spent I think about an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, talking about the pyramids and how the pyramids may have been constructed. And one of the theories is that a very, very large. When I'm doing that just doesn't comprehend large.
Hold on.
You know how big the.
Hold on. I gotta
sorry.
make sure my door is locked and also take the jacket off. It's getting hot. You keep talking to the group about there. I'll be right back. I gotta take.
Okay.
D-Laird's getting overheated in here.
Okay. As
it does. So hold on.
All right, not a problem.
Sorry about this. I don't mean to be rude.
No, you're all good. So the theory was that the stones, which weigh anything of 10 tons individually, can be anything from 5 to 10 meters. But an acoustic sound traveled over the stone and lifted it up. Now, there was a guy who got hold of a didgeridoo, and he played the didgeridoo over a small piece of tissue paper, and I kid you not, this is how big it was. About that big, about 3 inches big, if it was that tissue paper, and managed to make it lift because of the acoustic vibrations. Brilliant, fine, not a problem. Happy with that. I understand how that works now. But we're talking about a piece of rock, a piece of stone that weighs 10 tons, and they had to put 100,000 of these stones in place. So yes, evidence of acoustic levitation, not a problem. Firmly believe in that now. Very, very possible. But whilst lifting a piece of tissue paper. So So yeah, evidence of acoustic levitation sorted, done. Thank you very much. But
Put on a more appropriate outfit.
that's all right. Still looking swell. Still looking swell. Now, I was just talking about acoustic levitation. I didn't believe in it, but I found a video of a gentleman using a didgeridoo, which is an Australian musical instrument, and the sound vibration lifted up a piece of tissue paper. Now, that's fine. That's great. So that's acoustic levitation proved. The sound coming from the didgeridoo can lift something. But like I just said, we're talking about a piece of stone, 10 meters long, 10 tons heavy, 100,000+ of these things. So forgive my skepticism about acoustic levitation for that. Again. So, like I said, I am an evidence-based guy.
Yeah, and I don't really have much to say about acoustic levitation. That's a department that me and my sibling, who is also about conspiracy theories, but she doesn't really come on camera much because she's camera shy. But we have discussed levitation, acoustic levitation, all that stuff. Have we come to a conclusion? No. Have we figured anything out? No. Have we even come to a clue? No.
I will encourage you to maybe go back in my library and look at the video, the first conspiracy I did with Caucasian Sasquatch, and I actually played the video on there, and so that'll give you some idea what acoustic. Or you can just go on YouTube and look at acoustic levitation.
I'll look it up. It's a lot easier.
But I just wanted you to go to my video and give it another thumbs up, because
I'll give you a thumbs up.
it was quite good. It was quite good. So yeah. So I think we need to first of all work out, is there a hell? We're not talking about heaven per se. We're just talking about, is there a hell? Now, like you said, it's portrayed predominantly in the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, particularly with who's always going to hell? Is it like someone like Daffy Duck?
Let's just give it a.
Thud.
Well, first and foremost, demons are more or less portrayed as minotauric-looking creatures, such similar to the Minotaur, and they're labeled as giant dragon or bat wings, red, black, scary, hellish-looking creatures that could predominantly control fire. And a lot of them have either a trident or some sort of bow and arrow of weaponry. Particularly, another weapon of choice for these demons is a scythe, predominantly also portrayed on the Grim Reaper of our knowledge.
So, have you watched Supernatural recently?
Yes, I have seen some of them.
Because that's not how they portray demons.
Exactly.
They're basically just geezers who can appear and disappear. They do have powers. They do have sort of, telepathic powers or whatever it is. But none of them really breathe fire.
Exactly. That's what reality, more or less, real-time shows called. But I'm talking about cartoons.
Cartoons. Cartoons are great.
But yes, I will agree with you in Supernatural. That is a kind of portrayal of the realistically demon.
Yeah.
Someone that is a hellish being of morbid intentions.
And what's the
Crawley?
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about the other show. What's the show with the three sisters?
Charmed.
Again.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. That one actress that recently just died.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, according to my friend Carla, one of the actresses died recently.
Oh,
a couple of years ago.
Oh, I didn't know about that. because you had Melissa Milano, Rose McGowan. I can't think of the main actor. Oh dear, what, died Charmed.
I think it was one of them being
Oh shit! Yeah, Shane Doherty. Okay.
what was her character? It's somewhat P.
Well, no, Piper was the main character.
Oh, right.
She was the original sister. Yeah, she was. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I did not know about that. That's absolutely
Why
shit.
did it have to be me die to tell
So
Chuck
young
there's
as
no
well.
Christmas? So I'm just kidding.
53.
53. She died at
53.
That's young.
Jeez,
My mom's 50.
That's terrible. That's shocking. All right. So, bearing in mind I'm 54, just to give you perspective on that. But I am absolutely nowhere near as good looking as she was. She was absolutely smoking hot. I, on the other hand, well, I do look like a demon, minotaur, reaper.
You just don't have as much hair, but that's okay. It happens at that age. You tend to lose your hair. My dad had the same thing going on.
Thank you for that. I don't like to be
My dad was
reminded
actually
about
54. My dad was actually 54 when he died.
Oh,
But he died.
okay.
He died of cancer, so it's not
Yeah.
because of old age. So you're good.
So good for a few more years. Thanks. Thanks. I feel comforted. I think I'm not
You're
100%
welcome.
sure. I'm
Doesn't
not
welcome.
100% sure. Wow. Okay, so we've got a few minutes left on this one. So let's say that. Okay, let's say there is a hell, and it is full of these demons, whether they be breathing, firing dragons, holding scythes and pitchforks and all that malarkey, or they're just
Tridents,
a
whatever you
normal
want to call them.
on tridents. That was the word I was for. Or they're just a normal bunch of geezers
That have been sentenced to their doom.
sentenced to their doom. And that's the other program, of course. How can I forget that one? Lucifer. Lucifer's a little bit different. Lucifer portrays the demons because you never actually see a demon apart from
Lucifer's transformation.
Apart from his transformation, and his psychic, whose name I almost had it then. The woman. I should have done some more research on this.
She's like the bounty hunter demon.
Yeah, that's the one. So apart from those people, let's say that the portal to hell is found. I mean, I guess the first thing in my head is, why would you find a portal to hell? Because once you open the doors to hell,
you can't close them.
Apparently, you cannot close them. I mean, Supernatural did twice, but that's beside the point. That's fantasy. We're talking about reality now. The Hadron Kaleidoscope all of a sudden finds the portal or the doors to hell, opens them. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, according to the myths, according to the Bible, according to every story that's ever been written about hell
and told,
it's I think we're gone.
Lights out,
we're done.
curtains.
It's all over. I mean, okay, there's 8 billion people on the world, but if all these demons have all these powers,
we're all done.
Then it's all over.
The reversed rapture.
I just need to make one quick call to CERN. Hang on a sec.
CERN.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hi, CERN. Yeah, hi. Thanks. Yeah, Chuck here from Chuck Chase the Facts. We've just been talking about the Large Hadron Kaleidoscope. That's that's the one. Yeah, that's finding the port to hell. Yeah, you do realise that if you do find it, you didn't think of that. You do realise that the world will end. Oh, okay. All right. So you're going to stop doing it. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Okay. Cheers. I'll tell everyone who's watching. Okay. Bye. All right. CERN's on board. They're going to stop doing it. So I
Well
think
done.
we can firmly put that conspiracy to rest.
Is it debunked or is it
Now,
plausible?
the other one,
Well, you didn't
oh
label
well,
it as
they said they're going to stop doing it. So I think we've debunked it.
debunked or myth bust.
Case closed. Now, one last one. We did have another one, but we decided not to talk about that one because both of us have
To nix
very
it.
limited, yeah. very
Dude,
limited
I
knowledge on that one.
failed history class, like that
Yeah.
form of history.
But
So
we'll come back to that one. I will remark that on my list as available to talk, and we will fix that one.
no
So-
offense, but I won't. No offense, but I won't be here for that one.
Fair comment. So where did I put it? Where did I put it?
While you're doing that, I'm gonna see if my retro buddy is still alive.
Oh, yep.
I'm not
Okay.
leaving yet. I'm just making sure I can make it back to his live on time.
No, it's okay. Well, we've got about, by my reckoning, we've got about 18, 20 minutes to talk about this one.
To kill. Yeah, I know.
So here we go.
Okay, he's still alive, so we're good.
Funny enough, all the last three we've talked about come under the subtitle "Evil Scientists." Okay, the vaporous contrails left by commercial jets flying through cold pockets of air are actually chemtrails, which disperse some form of harmful chemical / biological agents / energy. Give me your thoughts on that one, buddy.
Well, if I think we've already been over this before, but if they were really trying to do that to us, we'd be dead, all right. We'd be dead, all right. Dead ass. We'd be gone. The whole world would be gone because I know that a lot of jets use that kind of stuff all over the globe, all over that. We'd be dead, all right, if that were the case.
Well, it's been happening ever since aviation first took off. Let's think about it. Yeah, exactly. So that's your point. So, I mean, this is beyond. I think this is beyond World War II. I think we can go back to World War One when planes were. I mean, they were only biplanes, obviously, but eventually the single fixed wing aircraft came along. And then, so yes, so we're probably talking 100 years. Now, if they've been at this for 100 years, like you said,
we'd all be dead way before today.
There is, in fact, Will Duffy from Fun Experiment was explaining about when the plane flew from Punta Arenas down to Antarctica. It was the #1 tracked airplane on flight radar, and this is only flight radar. This is not other flight tracking software. It was the #1 tracked flight that day when they flew. I think it was the 14th of December. Now, the reason he was excited because, and to be fair, that is kind of exciting to hold that sort of record. But then he went on to explain that each day, not year, not week, but each day, there are over 100,000 flights per day. So if we've been flying commercial aircraft, let's take away the World War II, the World War I bit. Let's come back up to at least World War II, which was now 79 years ago. Let's go for 79 years at 100,000 flights per day, and every flight is spraying a chemtrail. Then you're right. We would actually all be dead by now. yet we're still here.
Yes, sir.
So I just quickly want to read what exactly
read away.
A contrail is. Okay. Contra.
Make sure you spell it right.
Yeah, I don't want to get tripping over my tongue name. Where was the history? Here we go. That's the history of the conspiracy. Papers produced. The government, I say the government, in particular, the United States government has got, they it did give me a proper. It did give me an actual explanation of what a contrail is. Or did I have to go onto a different link? Oh, here we go. I'm looking at the wrong wiki page. Okay. So a contrail is, here we go. Okay. So a contrail is aircraft fuel is comprised primarily of hydrocarbons, which generate carbon dioxide and water vapor as their main combustion byproducts. Contrails are formed when these hot exhaust gases mix with rarefied cool air in a process similar to cloud formation. The water condenses around soot, that's where the carbon comes into it, and freezes quickly, forming a white haze of microscopic ice layers, which is essentially an elongated cirrus cloud. But like automated exhaust, jet exhaust is not entirely harmless. Over 10,000 deaths per year have been attributed to emissions from aviation, and contrails are responsible for 57% of aviation's industry's climate impact. Understood. But it is the fact that it comes from water vapor and carbon dioxide when mixed with cool air. That's it. That's it. That's what you see as a contrail. A chemtrail, on the other hand, is basically anything else. The spraying of chemical or biological agents sprayed for nefarious purposes, undisclosed to the general public. Nefarious purposes.
No.
How?
Not plausible at all.
How can you?
Not plausible at all. There'd have to be some sort of secretive way of doing it. And in this kind of world, there is no secretive way of doing that kind of stuff.
Not these days.
Not these days, no.
Those who subscribe to the theory speculate that the purpose of the chemical release may be solar radiation management, which is something you don't really want to do because we actually do need the solar radiation to a certain level. Weather modification, psychological manipulation, human population control, and biological or chemical welfare, or the testing of biological or chemical agents on a population, and that the trails are causing respiratory illnesses and other health problems.
At that point, I don't know what else to say. It's been going on for years.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
It's very, very out there. It's ridiculous. It's outrageous.
So this paragraph caught my eye quite interesting. A multi-agency response attempting to dispel the rumors was published in 2000 by the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, NASA, those naughty naughty, 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 naughty people from NASA and NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They released a paper basically going, shut the fuck up. It's not true. It's
Okay.
not true.
Well, Chuck, it's been 50 minutes, and they're inviting more people on my friend's panel.
Okay.
I don't want to take a risk that he doesn't have room for me up there, so
that's not a problem. I think we've probably come to the end of that. So we will say chemtrails debunked. All right. Listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. The link to your channel is in the description of this video below. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for your contribution and your insights. Is there anything else you'd like to quickly say before you disappear?
Don't forget, guys, on my channel, we do shareable chats almost every Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, depending on the week. We have Boston Tea Time coming up at some point, and we have podcasts daily and live streams daily. Go check me out. I'm a humble person. We have a humble chat. We have a humble community. We just like to have fun and chill.
That's exactly what I love to hear. Retro, thank you very much.
Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. You go and enjoy your stream, and we'll talk very, very soon.
And don't forget to please be kind and rewind. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
I use on my channel all the time. See you later.
He's gone. All right. I enjoyed that. That was really good. That was 3 conspiracies that we can tick off the list. The list is substantially long. So I am always on the lookout for more guests to join me. So whether you are a friend of the channel, whether you subscribe to Chuck Chase the Facts, please get in touch. You know the email address. It's very, very simple. It's chuckchasethefacts@gmail.com. Please send me an email if you would like to appear on the next episode of Conspiracy Chats with Chuck. If you are listening to this podcast, same story. If you would like to jump up, you don't have to show your face, just an icon. That's fine. But we can do a podcast. We can do a podcast with anybody. But if you'd like to appear on the next episode, just send me an email. Same one, chuckchasethefacts@gmail.com. Right. I think that was actually perfect timing. We covered off, like I said, 3 conspiracies, a whole bunch more to go, a whole bunch. Thank you for listening. If you are listening on a podcast, thank you for watching if you watch this on YouTube. And failing that, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you, everyone. Good day.